Hello and welcome to the podcast From Books to Big Screen. This is episode 1 titled Welcome to Fight Club. When most people hear the name Fight Club, they think of the 1999 film starring Brad Pitt as Tyler Durden. But when I think of Fight Club, I think of Tyler Durden as the character itself. Growing up, I always heard adults talk about how good of a movie Fight Club was, but I was too young to watch it and too young to understand the concept. But as I got older, like a few months ago actually, I decided it was time for me to set aside a specific time to watch the film. But before I watched it, I really wanted to read the book first to see where Fight Club really originated from. And after both watching and reading the versions of Fight Club, there are so many things that were done well and things that weren't done so well. To begin, the book version was one of, if not, my favorite books I've ever read. It was thrilling, captivating, and addicting to read. I literally read it in 2 days. The book really translated well to the big screen. Some classic scenes the film really embodied the essence of the book were the Welcome to Fight Club scene. It was pleasantly surprising to see how similar the book and film were to one another. The film showed the Fight Club in the circle, in the darkness, and then the center was the bright light, which really translated well from book to film. It was described almost identically as it was shown. I really enjoyed how Marla and Tyler were both shown in the film as well. Brad Pitt played Tyler Durden, and Marla was played by Helena Bonham Carter. Some other pieces of Fight Club were altered for film. Obviously, to begin, the most upsetting change to see was the way the narrator met Tyler Durden. In the book, the narrator finds Tyler on a beach as he's building a wooden structure that casts a shadow of a hand in the sand, and at the right time, it appears as though the hand's holding Tyler. And director Fincher changed this meeting in the film instead by having the narrator meet Tyler on a plane, and then the narrator realizes that Tyler and him have matching briefcases. The change of the meeting was interesting to see. I don't think it translated well, because in the book, the version of the narrator meeting Tyler on the beach really encapsulated the idea of time and running out of time perfectly, as Tyler plans the sun to hit just right to cast a shadow on his structure, and it really symbolized how he is running out of time. Yeah, in the film, Tyler and the narrator are constantly traveling, but the change was not as powerful. Other than that, the only big thing I noticed was the ending scene. There was also small minor changes, but nothing too major. In the book, the narrator eventually blacks out at the end of the novel after shooting himself and is awoken in a mental hospital, but he's convinced he's in heaven. But in the hospital, the workers soon start to reveal themselves one after another that they're Project Mayhem members, and they tell the narrator that they think Tyler will be back. The ending in the film was much more action-packed, I guess, to add the traditional blockbuster ending. The ending in the movie showed the narrator and Marla reconciling in a way by holding hands as they watched the buildings blow up behind them. It kind of suggested that the narrator kills a part of himself, which is Tyler, and can start fresh again with Marla, but still leaves you with the feeling that Tyler's never really gone. The change overall, I think, was a great addition to the movie. It was more action-packed, and it had the same overall meaning as the book, so I think it translated really well, and it was a good change. I guess to wrap it up, I enjoyed both the book and the film. The book as a whole translated so good to the big screen, and I now understand why it's a cult classic. It kept the book's overall tone and ideas the same, and instead just added some movie magic to really amplify the story. Thank you all for listening. I'm Callie Wickheiser, and this has been From Books to Big Screen, Episode 1, Welcome to Fight Club, and I'll see you guys next time.